Smoke from the first hearth drifts over a rising river at dawn. A young planter kneels, a clay bowl cool against her palm. The hunt no longer leads, the seed does. A surplus of grain nourished the first villages, which grew behind walls and became the first cities. Along the great rivers, from the Nile to the Euphrates, the rhythm of the flood became the rhythm of the calendar. Scribes etched symbols into clay, capturing words beyond the limits of memory, and the rivers that gave life became highways for the first empires. A single blue bead, crafted in a desert town, reappears months later by a cold sea. Trade routes stitched the early world together, carrying more than goods. With merchants came ideas. Law and currency turned favors into contracts. A shared grammar of exchange was born, built on writing, weighing, and taxing. In the bustling markets and quiet study halls of the ancient world, humanity began to ask new questions. From the sacred covenants of Judaism to the Buddhist path of compassion, new philosophies offered answers. In the city squares of Greece, debate forged reason into a public tool. In the courts of China, Confucian virtue shaped the art of governance. Empires gave these ideas reach. Persian roads, Greek sea lanes, and Roman law organized millions of people across vast distances. Languages mixed, coins changed hands, and for a time, travel felt safer. Networks began to matter more than borders. To the east, the Mauryan and Gupta empires fostered flourishing centers of learning, while the Han dynasty perfected the machinery of the state. A global web began to form. Monsoon winds carried ships across the Indian Ocean, while caravans crossed the heart of Asia. Silk and spice met science and stories. Then, Mongol riders thundered across the steppes, creating the largest land empire in history. Their conquest was brutal, but it forged an unprecedented link between East and West, accelerating the flow of knowledge. And then, the world changed forever. Ships crossed the open oceans, stitching the hemispheres together. The Columbian Exchange reshaped life on every continent, as plants, animals, and diseases raced in both directions. But this new global network was forged in violence. The Atlantic slave trade chained millions, building empires on a foundation of human suffering and remaking cultures on two continents. This new global age sparked new ways of thinking. The scientific revolution turned curiosity into a method. The Enlightenment dared to make reason the highest authority. Ideas, printed on pamphlets, spread like wildfire, fueling revolutions in the Americas and Europe. Then came coal and steam, powering an industrial world that ran on a relentless clock. The pace of change quickened, and rival visions for the future set the stage for a global catastrophe. 2 world wars tore the globe apart, shattering empires and giving birth to new nations. A nuclear standoff divided the planet, yet new institutions promised a world governed by rules. In the wake of the conflict, a new kind of network emerged, not of roads or sea lanes, but of fiber optic cables and satellites. It bound markets, minds, and cultures in an instant. Through this digital web now flow our greatest challenges: pandemics, mass migration, and the debates that will define our future, from the ethics of artificial intelligence to the very meaning of our shared identity. The currents of history that began in a river valley now carry us toward an unknown horizon.